guys, so I'm back. Did you miss me? A lot of you guys have been tweeting me and asking me where I have been, and yeah, I've kind of been MIA here on YouTube, and I really apologize. Not only was I kind of in a slump creatively, but I just kind of didn't really, I wasn't motivated to turn on the camera and talk to you guys. And another kind of sad thing was that I was traveling, and so I didn't get a chance to sit in my office, and so I was kind of just giving myself excuses, like I'm not going to be home, I'm not going to be doing this, like I'm going to be doing this. I have vlogged relatively well, actually. So if you haven't seen my vlogs, go check out I'm Just a Vlogger, which is my second channel. It's linked down below, so you can watch those vlogs. I went to LA for Generation Beauty recently, and then I went on a ton of hikes and a ton of adventures with my friends. So if you'd like to be informed on my personal life, if I'm not posting here, I'm usually posting on there. So today I wanted to come on really quickly just to pop in and tell you a really awesome foundation tip that I kind of fell in love with when I was at Generation Beauty in LA. So I was playing around with my foundation when I was, using it there, and I found a tip that I thought was really awesome. Now, I thought it was kind of self-explanatory, something that people would totally know, but I showed my friend Rose Kimberly here on YouTube, and she literally flipped. She was like, oh my god, it changed the way I do my foundation and all that stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I thought this was so self-explanatory. And so apparently I'm not the only one who thinks it's really awesome and breakthrough, so I'll let you guys know. I'm sure other makeup artists know this and everything like that, and if you have heard other people talk about it, it's probably because it's I don't know, it's just a tip that I guess people find out after doing their makeup. But it's something that I started doing and I really like about my foundation, so let me hop in and show you how I do it. So I'm going to start doing my foundation just the same way that I normally do with priming my face. I'm taking my Cover FX Illuminating Primer just because I really do like the way that this kind of just brightens up my face, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Now I'm just going to do my normal foundation the way I normally do. I'm taking my Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. I've recently fallen in love with this, and you guys are going to see this pop up in so many more tutorials. I actually filmed a first look at it yesterday or something, so hopefully that goes up soon as well. But I'm going to just go ahead and plop this on my face just using a beauty blender. This is kind of all self-explanatory. I'm sure everybody does this. Beauty blenders are also really amazing if you use them damp. They are really a great tool for foundation. And I just kind of bounce it around my face. I do definitely recommend using a beauty blender over just a foundation brush. I really love these for certain foundations. My serum foundation that is from Bare Minerals, that one I definitely use with a brush no matter what. But with foundations that are liquid and come through a pump, normally I pop it onto the bottom of a beauty blender. Just works out best. It kind of gives you not an airbrushed finish, but it just really pushes the foundation into your pores and into your skin and just kind of adheres it to it. It doesn't kind of just smeared on top of your skin. It just really presses it in there. Alright, so my next tip is actually, if you are going to be applying foundation and you are trying to get it to be as natural as possible, apply it in layers, just as you would do for your nails. You would apply a thin coat first, then let it set and sit there, and then apply a second coat. Now I'm just going to go ahead and apply my Rimmel Match Perfection underneath my eyes and blend that in with a beauty blender. Honestly, this is just self-explanatory step. You're doing your concealer. Nothing really that special, but in case you didn't know. Okay, so now I'm back, and I finished my eyebrows. I went ahead and just put some Gimme Brow on them, and I went in and also contoured my face using the Hoola bronzer. Now, this is a crucial step that I'm saying changes the way that I look at my foundation. So at this point, I would also powder my face wherever it is that you choose that you need to powder. But you want to just make sure you push everything down with your beauty blender. Make sure there's no fine lines, any creasing or whatever. Now, this is the step that I think is so important. Now, this can be either done with your setting spray or a Fix Plus, but I've been really loving my Fix Plus over my setting spray lately for this step. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your Fix Plus and spray your entire face. Now make sure it kind of gets pretty wet. You don't want it to be completely, drenching with dripping liquid on your face, but you want it to be completely saturated to the point where you do feel like you have a significant amount of moisture on your face. Now what you're going to do is you're going to wait for that to kind of set. normally, if you think about eyelash glue, you know how you have to wait for it in order to, you know, play with it because you need it to get tacky? That's the same idea here. When you put on the setting spray, or in this case, Fix Plus, you want to wait for it to get tacky. And once it gets tacky or is almost ready to dry, you're going to go in with your Beauty Blender and you're really going to press into the skin. This really adheres and kind of puts like a sealing coat onto your foundation. I've noticed that my foundation stays on longer. It looks a lot more natural, or kind of more adhered to my skin. It just looks a lot better, especially in pictures, and I do look like I have kind of like a natural, very nice skin tone. It's not like foundation. Rose has also said that her foundation has lasted longer, so she's actually going to mention on her channel, so most likely you're going to hear from her as well. But what I do is I kind of press the Beauty Blender into my skin, and I start kind of working my way downwards. I kind of start where my highlight is, or the lightest part of my face, which is underneath my eyes, and then I kind of just go downward, and if you can see, it's really pressing those hairs, those baby hairs I have on my face, the Peach Fuzz, down into my skin. And this really helps because the Peach Fuzz actually makes it really difficult for you to apply your foundation really well, and when you use a setting spray or Fix Plus and just really push it in, it kind of makes your skin look a lot smoother. Because if you first spray on it, you're going to see all those little baby hairs, but they're going to really stick to your skin once you use the Beauty Blender to press them in, because Fix Plus acts kind of like the finishing sealant. I usually do this and then I put on a highlight and blush. Today I'm actually not going to be using a blush, so I'm just going to be putting on a highlight. But again, I would use it as like the finishing step before you do highlight or something like that, because number one, I don't want blush and highlight going all over my face. That's why I only use contour and foundation, because when I'm using the Beauty Blender and really patting it in, I don't want that, you know, if like I have a highlight, like patting the highlight and then as it come down, like it starts like getting shiny all over my face. Like, we don't really want that mess. Alright, so now that I finished my face makeup, all I have to do is just set it, and I'm going to be using a setting spray. This is just my Urban Decay setting spray. You can use whatever one you have, but honestly, like, you guys, when you like set it with the Fix Plus and then push it in, it really makes a difference. And then I just set it another time just to make sure it stays the entire night. And you're going to be looking fabulous, I promise. So try the trick, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm really excited to hear from you guys, because maybe it's all in my head. Maybe like I am totally just like making this up and Rose is just like, yeah, totally. But like, if it really does make a difference in your routine, that would be awesome, because I know that I love when my skin looks kind of like my skin and not like a ton of foundation. Everyone's beautiful. Makeup is supposed to enhance that beauty. I hate when makeup covers it up, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Let me know if you try it. I would love, love, love to know if it made a difference in your routine, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be going up on Monday. I'll see you guys then. Bye!